there are significant losses this year.
Springtime in Alberta should find fields abuzz with honeybees, but that may not be the case this year. Beekeepers across the province are reporting a significant loss, some saying they've lost over 50% of their hive during the winter.
An average across the province, I would say, is about 55% loss. The average for the last 10 years has been about 26% overwintering loss. And even that number is high and unsustainable over the long term.
Connie Phillips, the executive director of the Alberta Beekeepers Commission, says this is a nationwide issue, with parts of the country, like Manitoba, recording 80 to 90% overwinter loss. She says a big contributor to the decline in the bee population is due to the extreme weather and pesky parasites called Varroa, a mite that attaches itself to the bee and weakens its defenses.
Varroa acts like a vector for viruses and a few other diseases because they weaken the hive.
She says Alberta beekeepers were noticing high counts of Varroa when they were preparing their bees for winter, but a large number of bee deaths could also be attributed to droughts across the province last summer.
There wasn't really good forage for the bees because a lot of the usual good forage crops either weren't growing because of the heat, or when it gets that hot, they don't produce a lot of nectar or pollen.
She says they typically ship in bees from other countries to make up for losses, but demand has outgrown supply, and it's not only honey producers who are feeling the sting.
There's a lot of concern across the country for those crop producers that rely on bees for pollination, that they just won't get bees to pollinate their crops this year. So the impact is huge because it'll continue to cascade outside the beekeeping industry into the crop production industries.
For those looking to save the bees, Phillips recommends planting bee-friendly flowers and leaving the dandelions on your lawn alone. She says dandelions are an important source of nectar and pollen for bees. And for those looking to help the beekeepers, she recommends shopping local and buying 100% Canadian honey. In Calgary, Jasmine Vickaryous, City News.